It's no secret that the rate of youth crime in Canada is on the rise. But what's less reported is the fact that more than 75% of all young offenders have diagnosable mental health problems. Fortunately, this fact is not lost on defense lawyer Heather Perkins McVeigh, a tireless advocate for those who have come into contact with the court system due to mental health issues.
Representing people that have handicaps, mental illness, has had a great effect on my life. I actually feel quite enriched by the opportunity to deal with them and to share in some of the fantastic success stories, and to be there to ensure that they have someone to speak for them who will stand up to the authorities, the hospitals, the doctors, and to make sure that their interests are well represented.
Her nominator for this award explains Heather's motivation to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. Heather holds a strong conviction that young persons in conflict with the law are challenged not only by the usual social difficulties of traversing adolescence, but also by the scarcity of adequate mental health services and community resources, thereby finding themselves being cycled through the criminal justice system and spending extended time in custody. Young people struggling with a mental illness and in trouble with the law certainly have the right person in their corner with Heather on their legal team. She's a leading authority on the Mental Health Act, the Mental Disorder Offender sections of the Criminal Code of Canada, and the Youth Criminal Justice Act. She's also one of the founders of Ottawa's Youth Mental Health Court, the first of its kind in Canada.
I felt we needed a place where a youth could be dealt with in a fair and sensitive way so that their mental health needs and issues could be fully explored, and so that the youth could be connected to community resources that could assist them, so that we could really get involved in an early intervention. Because the goal is not to have these youth graduate to the adult mental health court. The goal is to assist these youth and their families now.
This unique court fosters cooperation between two justice systems that have traditionally not worked closely together: the mental health treatment system and the criminal justice system. The shared goal is to divert youth offenders with a mental illness out of the criminal justice system and connect them with specialized services in the community.
One of the great things that we've seen so far with the court is that we haven't had a lot of repeats. Some of the youth that were reoffending and reoffending and reoffending are not. We've had one youth in particular who, for the first time, has a place to live. He's been in children's aid care since he was 2. He's been identified as having a bipolar disorder. And as much as he's caused havoc in almost every environment he's been in, he also is extraordinarily bright, and he's a reader, and he's full of intelligence. And if somebody can connect with him so that he begins to realize that what his self-worth is, then I think that we're going to have success with this young man.
Spearheading the court initiative is not Heather's only commitment to improving mental health for our community. She speaks to all levels of government to address the needs of mentally ill people, and her advocacy on behalf of her clients sitting in custody awaiting treatment has helped the Royal secure funding to expand the integrated forensic program. Capitalizing on any opportunity to advocate and work toward improving services, Heather volunteers on various boards and committees. For example, Heather sits on the board of Project Upstream, a community agency which provides ongoing flexible support services and permanent, affordable housing options to individuals with long-term mental illness. She's even provided legal expertise to the House of Commons on legislation such as mental health provisions of the Criminal Code.
Our government has said that we want people with mental illness and developmental disabilities to live in our community. And if they're going to do so, then we have to have the mechanism and the community resources to ensure that they live well in that community.
As her nominator put it, our clients are doubly stigmatized as a result of their mental illness and criminal justice contact. We sincerely appreciate Heather Perkins McVeigh's championship. She is an inspiration in her commitment to ensuring our clients are treated with respect and dignity and have access to the services and treatment they deserve.
Many lawyers don't want to work with persons that are mentally ill. They find it's a drain. They make too many phone calls. They find this area of law too complex. They don't like dealing with the client base. I do.
So congratulations, and thank you, Heather, for your dedication to fairness and public safety, and for defending some of today's most vulnerable youth to make tomorrow's community stronger.
I'm Heather Perkins McVeigh, and now you know who I am.